Hey, so I'm in Hawaii right now, which is why I'm wearing sunglasses. And but yeah, so that passage was at the conclusion of the novel *The Great Gatsby* by John Fitzgerald. And you'll notice they mention the green light, and that's basically a recurring symbol mentioned as far back as the very beginning of the book. It's like a representation of a big theme, the significance of the past to the dreams of the future. And Fitzgerald highlights the struggle to achieve the goals that people set for themselves, because the future, as said in the quote, recedes before us. So we often can't reach it. He also mentions how people are unable to move away from the past, and he describes a boat trying to sail against the currents as a metaphor. And the boats will be pushed back from where they started. So this metaphor characterizes Gatsby's struggle to achieve the American dream, and Gatsby's American dream is trying to achieve Daisy's love. And yeah, I mean, Daisy's love is false, because Daisy really only loved Gatsby for his possessions, like, for example, his clothes, his golden toilet, his dog. um, so yeah, this fact meant that Gatsby's chances of finding Daisy's love for him was almost impossible, but he kept going after her. And this went on to the point that Gatsby hit Myrtle the Turtle with a car. Myrtle the Turtle. Yeah, shortly after, Gatsby got shot by Myrtle's Avenger. And yeah, ultimately Gatsby he kept reaching. In metaphorical terms, he was swept away by the current and ended up drowning. um, yeah. Yeah. So this is my poster thingy, and I'll move away so you can see the whole thing. But yeah, this is my poster. And let's take a closer look. So first thing we have here is a boat, and that boat is basically the central point of the passage. It's the main metaphor in it, and so yeah, the water's sort of the current, and the boat is being affected by the current. It's trying to reach the island, but it can't reach it because of the current. So yeah, also we have some thunderclouds right here, and thunderbolts, and at the tip of the thunderbolts are two shirts, and this shirt right here is striped, and this shirt has oranges on. So I decided to include these two shirts because, as I mentioned earlier, with Daisy, Daisy really only loved Gatsby because of his possessions, and when Daisy was over at Gatsby's house one day, she was all like, shirts. So, and these were two shirts that she liked, and so that's why I decided to include them, because I think they were very relevant in describing why Gatsby ended up failing to achieve the American dream, because I think the shirts really represent that, Daisy really only liked what he owned and not Gatsby himself. So that's why I included the shirts. Also, this is my masterpiece. That is Mr. Krabs. He's pretty pissed off because he dropped all his money. But yeah, I'll explain why I included Mr. Krabs in my poster later. And so basically, yeah, I thought that the green light was an important part of this passage, so that's why I decided to make it. So to reflect on a couple things, I'll answer a couple of questions. Number one is asking, what do I like about this passage? Well, I definitely wanted to choose something from The Great Gatsby because, first of all, it was my favorite book we've read from this year, and I like the book a lot because it was very relatable. The book was about mainly about the American dream, and with me being a junior and thinking about like colleges and what I'm gonna do in life, that's really what the American dream is like. I guess you could say that trying to do is like figure out what we're gonna do for the rest of our lives, and the American dream is like thoughts or dreams of the future. So, yeah. But specifically, I really like the last passage of The Great Gatsby because it's very symbolic, and when I further analyze it, I found that it metaphorically explained Gatsby's failure to achieve the American dream. So the second question is, how did I decide on this particular medium? Um, well, I definitely got my inspiration from my Hawaiian posters in my basement because I think the paradise feeling of a tropical island symbolizes the like ultimate achievement of the American dream. I mean, my American dream interpretation is life without like worries. You don't have to pay for like bills. It's like very relaxing, and that's what I think a tropical island is like. I mean, it's like an escape from the real, or yeah, it's an escape from the real world. Yeah, the next question is, in what ways did the passage contribute to my original work? Well, originally I was only creating the concrete objects that were mentioned in the passage, like for example, the boat, the water, the green light. But later I thought about what objects I personally thought like best resembled the American dream, and that's why I have Mr. Krabs in my poster. I guess I can show him to you again, but yeah, there's Mr. Krabs, and I thought he represented the a pursuer of the American dream really well because I mean Mr. Krabs, for those who don't know, he loves money and he's willing to put money ahead of his relationship with other people. So I think this pursuit is really meaningless, similar with Gatsby's because Gatsby was convinced that Daisy loved him, but really Daisy only loved Gatsby's like possessions. Yeah, I mean Daisy's love was false. And the next question: has the act of transforming my passage into an original work changed my understanding of the passage? I don't think my understanding of the passage has changed from before I created my project, but I definitely think my project has deepened my understanding of the passage because I said this before, but I'm a visual learner. So when I was in the process of creating my project, um, it made me like analyze the passage a lot easier. And I mean, I just think that physical representation of the passage like helped me. But yeah, that was my project. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry if I'm boring. Yeah.